Hello, my dear children. Welcome to our English class. Hope you have learned the first lesson, Adventures in a Banyan Tree and its activities. Did you understand the boy's love towards nature? Nature is divine. It is giving us wonders and fills our mind with endless pleasure. Do you see this picture? It's a beautiful scenery of nature. Mountains, trees, rivers, lakes, etc. Nature is like our mother, protecting all living beings on earth. But what has man done to nature? Man has not only destroyed nature but also killed his fellow beings. My dear children, today we are going to learn a new poem, Lines Written in Early Spring by William Wordsworth. Do you know this greatest poet? He wrote many famous poems like Daffodils, The Solitary Reaper, Rainbow, The Prelude, etc. William Wordsworth is known as the nature poet. Lines written in early spring. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Through primrose tufts in that green bower, the periwinkle trailed its rays, and 'tis my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. The birds around me hoped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure. But the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. The budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do all I can, that there was pleasure there. If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? Lines written in early spring. What do you mean by the title? Spring is a season of joy and happiness. It inspires the poet. It is such a colorful season. It's a beautiful season. During spring season, we can hear different sounds and colors, chirping of birds, fragrance of flowers, fluttering butterflies, etc. Let's come to the first stanza. I heard 1,000 blended notes, while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. The poet was in a relaxed and pleasant mood, but he has mixed feelings. The harmony, beauty, and love which he sees in nature make him happy. At the same time, something disturbed him when he thinks about the failure of man to understand the harmony and peace in nature, about the cruelties of man towards his nature and fellow beings. He becomes sad. To be close to nature, for Wordsworth, was close to God. My dear children, do you understand? Let's discuss the comprehension questions. Who is I referred in the poem? I referred to the poet. Where was the poet sitting? The poet was sitting in a grove. What did the poet hear? The poet heard 1,000 blended notes. Next question. What is the state of mind of the poet when he is sitting in the woodland? The poet is in a sweet mood. Whose thoughts are being spoken about? The poet's thoughts are being spoken about. What kinds of thoughts came to the poet's mind? Pleasant and sad thoughts came to the poet's mind. Why did the poet say that pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to his mind? When the poet was sitting in the grove, enjoying the pleasures of nature, his mind was disturbed by the sad thoughts on humanity. My dear children, did you see the first stanza? Did you understand? See the last word of each line. Notes. Second line, last word, reclined. Third line, last word, thoughts. And the fourth line, mind. Notes, reclined, thoughts, mind. Do we have words which sound similar among them? Yes. Notes rhyme with thoughts. Reclined rhyme with mind. We call them as rhyming words. Words that sound similar are called as rhyming words. Did you understand? Let's find out the rhyme scheme of the poem. Notes, thoughts, reclined, mind. Take the first word, notes. Give the first letter A. The second word, reclined. It is not the same sound, so we can give the next letter B. And the third word, thoughts. It rhymes with the first line, so we give the letter A. Mind. It rhymes with the second line, so we give the letter B. So the rhyme scheme of the first stanza is AB, AB. You can find out other stanzas like this. Okay? In the first line, the expression 1,000 blended notes is used to mean lots of various sounds or songs in an exaggerated way. Here, the poet beautifully applies the figure of speech hyperbole. It means exaggeration. The next stanza, to her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Man can get happiness only when he comes close to nature. Wordsworth says that man should be a part of nature to feel happiness, to feel the beauty of nature. The poet is very sad when he thinks of what man has made of man. That means man's cruelty towards nature and his fellow beings destroy the harmony of nature. See the first line, to her fair works did nature link. The poet addresses nature as her. The figure of speech is personification, an inanimate object as a person. See the last line, what man has made of man. Is it sounds rhythmic and musical? Isn't it? Here, the poet beautifully creates the figure of speech alliteration. The use of the same sounds, especially consonants, at the beginning of several words that are close together. Man has made of man. M sounds are used here. Let's discuss the comprehension questions. What does nature do? Nature has linked human soul to her fair works. Pick out the expression which tell us about the feelings of the poet. Grieved. That means sad. What make the poet sad? When he thinks about what man has made of man, he becomes sad. My dear children, read these two stanzas and learn the new words and question answers. Okay? Thank you.